So we just go through in introduction of next one, that is inductor, where we are having a differential relationship between voltage and current in a different manner. So for resistor, what relationship we do have? We do have IRT and is equal to 1 upon R VRT. So current is proportional to voltage, where I say VR, the direction of current is from A to B, voltage is to be measured from voltage of A with respect to B. For capacitor, what we are having, for capacitor the relationship what we have is ICT is equal to capacitance is C, inductance is L. It is a parameter. C into D VCT by dt. And for inductor, so I again repeat, it is fundamental, but once this is very clear, at no point of time there would be any confusion. For resistor, it does not have any memory. Its current now is proportional to voltage now. For capacitor, there is memory in the form of voltage across it. For capacitor, there is memory in the form of voltage stored across it, where current is proportional to rate of change of voltage. Current now is proportional to rate of change of voltage. For resistor, zero current means zero voltage. For capacitor, zero current means zero change of voltage. So a hanging capacitor can contain some voltage across it. Hanging capacitor can contain some voltage across it. So hanging capacitor containing some voltage is quite possible. Similarly, for inductor, there is exactly complementary relationship where voltage across inductor is proportional to the rate of change of current through the inductor. In all cases, voltage from A to B, current is from A to B direction, voltage is of A with respect to B, in all three cases. So current proportional to voltage, current proportional to derivative of voltage, and voltage proportional to derivative of current. So if resistor is in the middle, I should have drawn it not in this sequence. So the sequence is like this. If R is in the middle, on one side there is C and on other side there is L. So for resistor, I and V, dV by dt, di by dt. This is I, this is V. So for resistor, what we have? For resistor, we have got I and V proportional. When you go on capacitor side, we have got I as it is and rate of change of voltage. So I and derivative of voltage is proportional. And for inductor, V is as it is, and V and rate of change of current, derivative of current are proportional. Proportionality constants are here 1 upon R, here C, here L. So I is equal to 1 upon RV I is equal to C dV by dt and L di by dt equal to V or V equal to L di by dt. So with this now we get more interesting circuit. What is possible for current, then you will say for resistor zero current means zero voltage. For capacitor zero current means constant voltage. Similarly for inductor, so what I said, for resistor I expressed I in terms of V. Similarly I can also express V in terms of R. On left hand side I can have VRT is equal to R into IRT. So if I express now for comparing resistance and capacitance, I use these two. Current on left hand side equal to proportional to voltage, current proportional to derivative voltage. For discussing relation between R and L, I use this equation and this equation. So voltage is proportional to current. So zero voltage means zero current. Zero voltage means zero current. At any point of time when voltage is zero, current has to be zero. And for inductor, zero voltage means what? Not necessarily constant current. No, so not necessarily zero current, a constant current. So a hanging capacitor is possible. Like that, an ideal case, a shorted inductor, if it is like this, then it can continue to have any constant current, 1 ampere, 2 ampere, like that. मराठीत सांगतो, रेझिस्टन्सच्या बाबतीमध्ये करंट इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन R इंटू व्होल्टेज. जर झिरो करंट असेल तर झिरो व्होल्टेज असतं. कॅपॅसिटर बाबतीत करंट इज इक्वल टू C इंटू डेरिव्हेटिव्ह ऑफ व्होल्टेज. झिरो करंट असेल तर व्होल्टेज झिरो असायची गरज नाही, व्होल्टेज कॉन्स्टंट लागतं. रेझिस्टन्सला झिरो करंट म्हणजे व्होल्टेज झिरोच, कॅपॅसिटरला झिरो करंट म्हणजे व्होल्टेजचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह झिरो, कॉन्स्टंट व्होल्टेज. नाउ फॉर इंडक्टर, just we write the expression for resistance in reverse manner. Voltage proportional to current. म्हणजे रेझिस्टन्सच्या अक्रॉस व्होल्टेज झिरो असेल तर करंट झिरोच लागतो. तसं इंडक्टरला व्होल्टेज इज प्रपोर्शनल टू डेरिव्हेटिव्ह ऑफ करंट. व्होल्टेज झिरो असेल तर करंटचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह झिरो पाहिजे, म्हणजे कॉन्स्टंट करंट चालतो. झिरोही चालतोच पण झिरो लागतो असं नाही. सो इन दिस केस a resistor is completely described by its value. For a capacitor, a hanging capacitor is described by its value and initial charge. Whereas a shorted inductor, in this case voltage is zero. Voltage is zero because it is short, but it can contain some current. Some current can continue in the inductor throughout if it is ideal. Similarly, voltage can continue if it is ideal, otherwise it discharges after some time because of leakage. Similarly, inductor also current becomes zero after some time. So when we use this inductor in our system and we think of a very simple system, what happens is that the differential equation becomes highly complicated, and then I will give a very most simple example where so this I want that this is challenging to your intellect, explain in simple manner, so you will be surprised and puzzled. I have deliberately chosen L equal to 1 Henry, C equal to 1 Farad, VOT. Find out VOT. You can also ask to find IT, but either can be question, either find VOT can be a question or find IT can be a question. You will say there is no voltage source in the system. There is no voltage source in the system. Then obviously VOT is 0. Why you are asking this? So VOT equal to, so IT right now, the question is find VOT. The question is find VOT. You will say, for what purpose you are asking the question? VOT is 0 is the solution. Yes, no doubt. VOT is 0 is a solution. The question is, can it be only solution? Can it be only solution? If another question would have been asked like this, and asked 1 ohm, 1 ohm, find VOT, or also find IT. In this case, what will you answer? VOT is 0. Yes. In this case, VOT equal to 0 is the only solution. In this case, VOT equal to 0 is the only solution. No other solution is possible. No other solution is possible in this case. I will give you one more example and I will give huge thinking for you. Again, 1 ohm, 1 farad, VOT, IT. In this case, so in all three cases, the question asked is find out VOT. In all three cases, the question asked is find out VOT. In all three cases, VOT equal to 0 is a solution. In this case, VOT equal to 0 is the only solution, which is not the case here and here. So, because that when we write, in this case, when we write it using Kirchhoff's law, what will happen? IT, this is plus IT, voltage across this, here this is 0. So this voltage 0 is equal to this voltage plus this voltage. This voltage is equal to 1 into I with IT. This is equal to 1 into this IT. IT plus IT equal to 0. So IT equal to 0 and VOT is equal to 1 into 0, that is 0. So always 0. That is not the case. So this also you can remember that now as you are going further, you must think at abstract level. Thinking of abstract level means what? Thinking of abstract level means that you did not consider feasibility at the beginning. Just now, sometimes think like you are appearing for NTS examination, where what you are supposed to do, you are told what is resistor, what is inductor, what is capacitor, what are the relationship between voltage and current. For resistor, there is linear relationship between voltage and current. For capacitor, there is linear relationship between current and differential of voltage. For inductor, there is a linear relationship between voltage and differential of current. So I is equal to 1 upon RV for resistor, I is equal to C dU by dt for capacitor, and V is equal to L di by dt for inductor. Once that is very clearly known, and you apply your common sense. You apply Kirchhoff's laws and write the equation. Don't think why, what will happen, what will the solution. So if you start thinking of solution at the beginning, you will be entering into an indefinite loop. So that we don't want to enter. So we solve these two equations. So we can start with either of them. This is something we have done earlier. This also we will do, but this is somewhat new, so that you will not be bored. So we will take this for solving. I write it on the left hand side so that I get a board to work with. One and 1 Henry, 1 farad, VOT This is IT. Just think, just write, just use everything what you know, and see, life is solving some puzzles. By you means what is it? Trying to find out what is asked, trying to find out what we do not know from those things what we know. So here the question is, you know the relationship of voltage current for its inductor and capacitor. VOT is asked to be found out. इनपुटला काही जोडलंच नाही असं विचार करायची गरज नाही. सर्किट आहे, कंपोनेंट्स आहेत, व्होल्टेज करंट रिलेशनशिप माहित आहे. VOT काय विचारलंय? You start with Kirchhoff's laws. Kirchhoff's laws, there is no voltage source. Means this I can say that a voltage source with this at 0, right? A short you can consider as a zero voltage source. No need to draw, but if you want you can use it, right? So I can say 0 is equal. So how I write Kirchhoff's law? 0 is equal to this voltage VLT of A, B and C. So VA current is in this direction. So VLT I write as VABT. VCT is equal to VBCT, right? And VAC, what is VACT? It is this voltage source, which is 0. So is it right? VAC equal to VAB plus VBC. So 0 is equal to VLT plus VCT. But VCT is VOT. So you can draw in terms of voltage. VCT is VOT. Is it clear? I is common. It's a series circuit. I is common. So IT. What is for capacitor? What is the relation between V and I? IT is equal to D. C is 1. D VOT by DT. And what is VLT? Voltage across inductor is equal to L di by dt. L is 1. So d it by dt. dit by dt. So straight away you can complete the equation in a single step. So 0 on left hand side I don't like, so I take it on the right hand side. So I once again write VLT plus VCT is equal to 0. VLT plus VCT is equal to, what is VLT? dit by dt plus VCT is VOT. VOT is equal to 0. What is IT? But what is IT? So I substituted, this is equation 1, this is equation 2. In this equation I substituted 2. So instead of VLT I wrote dit by dt plus VOT is 0. Now in this I will substitute equation 1. So IT is, I write again d by dt of dVOT by dt plus VOT is equal to 0. So we end up with d2 VOT upon dt square plus VOT is equal to 0. And then this is a second order differential equation where I give a hint for you to find solution. In pendulum you have this, if VOT goes on the other side, d2x by dt square is equal to minus x, or d2x by dt square plus x is equal to 0. Double derivative is negative of function. Double derivative is negative of function, and it is quite interesting. What would be the solution? As I already stated that yes, it is again a linear differential equation. Double derivative into something which is 1. Single derivative plus single derivative into something which is 0, no middle term, plus actual function is 0. So the solution what we discussed of a plus b e raised to lambda t is also there. A plus b e raised to lambda t is also there. So you may think of that solution, but not, since there is double derivative, always use two terms. So a plus b e raised to lambda, a plus b1 e raised to lambda 1t plus b2 e raised to lambda 2t. So you try to solve this equation by assuming VOT is equal to a plus b e raised to lambda 1t plus, so b1 e raised to lambda 1t plus b2 e raised to lambda 2t, and I am sure that by using this and by knowing something which you have learned some time of complex exponentials, you will get the answer. Or you can solve this equation using some trigonometric techniques. I am sure that this lecture was highly exhaustive and everybody of you must have understood something. We will continue next time. Thank you.